Have you ever wondered why you weren't growing quickly as an artist? Were you frustrated why your drawings didn't look like they should? Well, here's a quick guide on how to get better at art. Stick around till the end as a bonus to see some cool art effects and how you can do them too. So the most important thing about art is practice. And you may be saying to me, yes, I already practice. And honestly, it's not that kind of practice you're thinking. I'm not saying to draw a hand over and over again, but rather draw different things, different images from references that you see. You see, I think the first important skill is to master drawing what you see. No matter if you're drawing an apple, an anime character, or whatever, you gotta learn to draw what you're seeing. This is a reason a lot of traditional instructors tell you to start by drawing fruit, because fruit has some complex shape to it, and that's why it helps you learn to draw those shapes, telling you not to start drawing with fruit. Well, honestly, because it's kind of boring, at least for me. I'm not saying there's no merit to it. There's a lot, honestly. But the chances of you drawing fruit all day and you just want to keep drawing that instead of drawing your favorite Naruto character or Superman in an awesome pose is not really likely. What I think is that you should start drawing something like you like. Put a picture of a character and practice drawing them. It's okay to fail or for it not to look amazing. Just do your best. Next, rinse and repeat. Keep drawing more and more images whenever you feel inspired. Remember, the more of something you do, the better you get at it. Next, start looking through as many tutorials as you can get your hands on, especially on things you have trouble with. If you're having trouble drawing hands and find someone's technique and trick that works for you, do it. Not everyone's the same. Remember, we all learn different ways, so you will eventually find a technique that works for you. Not every YouTube video will help you succeed. Some of them will, some of them won't. Also, don't be afraid to make things your own, meaning you don't have to follow everything to a T. Just extrapolate from what works for you, because more than likely, you will find something that you like. Another really important tip is to take your time on a drawing. Whenever I took my time and really examined a drawing and what I should fix, the subtle things like the hand wasn't right, or the eye was too big, or the other eye was too small, something like that. I could tell that it looked so much better after I did that. Make sure you really look to see at your drawings and see what could look much better. At this stage, I would really focus more on drawing shapes correctly. That's what's important. That's why I keep telling you to draw over and over. Try to get the figure to look exactly like the reference, and don't focus on the color. That's an entirely different thing altogether. You have to master one thing at a time. It's also very useful to get some feedback from someone who is an artist. If you know somebody in your local area, or somebody else draws, or your friends draw, or somebody, get their opinion, because they probably have practiced too, especially people who you really admire or like their art. Because they can really tell you what stands out, what doesn't. Some things you might even miss. If you don't have that, then talk to a family member. Usually, they can tell if a picture looks good or not. Tell them to be brutally honest, because sometimes our friends and family kind of want to spare our feelings, but that's not right. They need to be as objective as possible, because we're trying to grow. Just have them be as brutally honest as possible. And if you want, you can always show me if you don't have anyone else. Just send me a message on Discord or Twitch, linked below, because I will definitely take a look at your art. And on our streams, we will look at it, or Discord will take a look at it, and we'll go through it and see what's good and what's not. I'm not claiming to be the best, because I have a lot of stuff to work on myself. So please don't think that I am this amazing art guru or this teacher. I'm just somebody who has made some mistakes, and I'm trying to get better. And if if you feel like you're not at the level I'm at, then, please, take any advice that I can offer you along with everybody else, if you want to. If you feel like you're much better or at like a much advanced stage, I would really love some feedback from you. So it's just about growing as a community. Lastly, I think it's very important that you branch out into other mediums. Try digital art, try painting, try coloring, or drawing. I'll tell you a story. I never thought I would draw on TikTok, but I decided to give it a try and it blew up there. I also feel the same way about drawing traditionally with pen and paper rather than digital art. Although I like both, I feel like I have more diversity if I try different things. I feel like I really like having like that feeling of a pen and paper in hand rather than like drawing on a screen. But even that, I think, takes some getting used to. It really depends on what you want. Sometimes may feel like using a colored pencil, other times alcohol markers, or even digital art. It's really up to you. Don't limit yourself to one thing just because you think that, hey, this is good. Or if you've never tried it before, it's okay. A lot of times I haven't tried alcohol markers before, or I hadn't tried colored pencils before, and I tried different brands and different things. That's how you get better. Try to explore and find what works best to express yourself. And I'll leave you with this. Think of your art not as a skill that you can get better at, but instead of something that you can express yourself with. Using different media, like we just talked about with like digital pen, painting, or whatever, helps you figure out the best way you can express yourself. It doesn't have to be that a figure that you're drawing has to look exactly the way that you see it. Sometimes you can put your own spin on it, or maybe you like drawing this style or that style. What we started talking about as a quick review was that drawing shapes, and then after you draw them, look through tutorials, take your time on them, and then make sure you're getting feedback, and make sure you try different things. When you do this, you'll actually end up finding things that you like better than other things. You'll end up developing your own style. You might like the way somebody draws eyes. You might like the way somebody draws mouths. And then you find yourself being able to draw that. For me personally, I think I started out with Dragon Ball Z, so a lot of JoJo characters were a lot easier for me to draw. I also really like the way for, if you've read Bleach manga, the way that they color or do the shading on that I really liked. I also really like using pen by itself, so that's what works for me. Find out what you like and feel it out. Art is an expression, so go ahead and express yourself as best as you can. If you have any other questions, then leave a comment for me below, and subscribe if you want to be up to date on the most recent tips and tricks. And also, go ahead and check out this other stuff. Thanks for watching.